Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. God want bring a story to you from Electric, and it is about these Tesla cars. People have been sounding an alarm about these cars for a minute, but they keep pushing them on us. And these are just confirmations for me about just how they're not going to work in no society. Well, it's all just a ploy. You're going to get into debt and be stuck with these cars, and they ain't going to work for you when you need them to work. So check this out. So it says dead Tesla cars pile up at Chicago superchargers in extreme cold because they won't charge. And the same thing happened in New York. So this is a bunch of Tesla vehicles were unable to charge at a supercharger station across Chicago. Um, at supercharger stations across Chicago amid an extreme cold wave. Cars have problems in extreme cold. That's a fact, regardless of the vehicle. If the vehicle is electric or powered by an internal combustion engine, it is very common for gas powered cars not to start in the cold. As for the electric vehicles, it does not negatively affect their range and charging speed. However, we have already heard about them not charging at all in the cold. Chicago is seeing an extreme cold wave at the moment. Yesterday, the Windy City had a temperature of 2 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 19 degrees Celsius that felt like 20 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 29 degrees Celsius after the wind factor. These extreme temperatures have been blamed for issues at Tesla supercharger stations across the city. Fox News reported on a bunch of Tesla vehicles stuck with no power and unable to charge at a supercharger in Chicago. Tesla owners are reporting not being able to start charging their vehicles once plugged in. Several of them resorted to having their vehicles towed to the local Tesla service center. We can confirm a significant issue based on a check of superchargers in the region. Most superchargers are marked as all in use with wait times. Some are suggesting that the issue is that Tesla owners are not preconditioning their battery pack before charging, which Tesla recommends, especially in cold conditions. However, preconditioning of the battery pack is done automatically if you enter a supercharger station in the car's navigation system. Therefore, it would be surprising if that's the issue for most of them. It's possible that the superchargers themselves are failing due to the extreme cold weather in the region. Unfortunately, Tesla doesn't have a PR department to reach out to and ask for more details about the situation. Stay safe out there. The cold is not something to take lightly. Lightly should be lightly. If you live in places with cold weather, you should have a cold kit that includes candles and blankets in your car, regardless of if it's electric or not, which I agree with. So anyway, this story is a story that is coming out a lot of states that have experienced really cold weather. And so just think about it. As time goes on, the weather is going to become more extreme, and they want us all to be driving electric cars by 2026. Like in 2 years, they're going to ban fossil fuels. You're going to only be stuck with these electric cars. And when it gets cold, you either going to stay home because you're learning that you can't take a risk going to a supercharger. There are not going to be enough supercharger stations for you to charge your car quickly. And if you go there, you could be stranded because once you plug your car in, it may not start back up. So you will need to keep a kit in your car, which I recommend everybody does anyway. If you're driving someplace and you're going to be away from your home any distance, or even if you don't necessarily know, um, you may not plan to be out of your community, but you may just happen to go someplace and get stuck and it's cold or hot. So you may need to keep some things in your car. Stuff is just so unpredictable today. especially if you have a modern car with a technology that could be um, impacted by these solar flares that we've been having, or EMP strike, or um, a Carrington event. So that's what they call the solar flare strike. So anyway, I just find it interesting that while they are talking about these cars, and then you saw the thing in the Leaving the World Behind movie, are they mocking us? Like, is this a joke? I can't even believe like some of this stuff is happening. Is it meant to be a warning? Are they mocking us? I don't understand. It's all just so dumb. I know why it's happening, uh, but I don't understand why other people can't see the okie doke that's coming. If you mess around and buy into this stuff, you're gonna be stuck. That's the gist of it. Everything they're pushing, everything that they've always pushed on us, has us stuck. You stuck in debt. You go to school, they tell you what to get. To take this, you need to go to college, you need to get this, you need a degree, you got to get a loan for it. You go get the degree, you can't get a job. You still got to pay this money back. You're not going to ever earn the money that they promised you would make if you got this degree. If you move, it costs. You got to buy a house, you got to rent some place. The rent is expensive. You got to buy a car, that's expensive. You got to pay all these things to maintain it. You never really own anything. You don't own your car. If you don't pay taxes, they can put a lien on it. If they want to, they can come and get it. If you don't, the IRS can come and get your stuff. The state can come and get your stuff, if it's registered in a particular state. It doesn't even matter if it's in the state where you owe the taxes. Now, if you owe the government, they can come to any state and get your stuff. Same for your house. If you own a house, they can slap a lien on it. If you owe taxes, they can come and get it. Land, same thing. You never own anything in America. You always got to pay taxes, even on your clothes and stuff. Just the smallest things. If they want to come and collect your stuff because you owe a debt, they can do that. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Um, Eminent domain, if they feel like they want to take your property and you don't want to give it up, they could just take it and give you something, even if it's less, um, an amount that's less than the property is actually worth, because you wouldn't give it to them willingly. Nothing, you don't own nothing here. So everything about the American dream has been a lie. And when you finally wake up and understand that, it's like, what are we doing? Like, you should just become a minimalist and do the least as you can. Like, do good to survive and exist, and even flourish and prosper, but not under this system. You got to do it in a different way. Try to do as little as you can. Like, on the Mountain Men show, where the men did, you know enough to pay the taxes on the land. There was this one guy in North Carolina. He always was talking about, I gotta pay my taxes. I need that money because I gotta pay my taxes. You can pay taxes till you die, and then when you leave your stuff to your family members, they gotta pay taxes on the stuff, even though you say you own it. You don't never own it, because if you own it, you wouldn't have to keep paying taxes. So, we're not supposed to be living like this, and that's the bottom line. And I hope that more people wake up and see that this type of scam is just what I said it was. It's a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. They'll tell you you're gonna save the environment, but your butt gonna be stuck at a charging station because your car won't start in the middle of a snowstorm, or when it's really cold outside, and nobody's coming to get you because it's so cold. They are risking their lives because you decided to foolishly buy a electric car and believe the hype. These things are going to backfire on us. Can you imagine now if half the country, everybody that has a car now, a gas powered car, went out and got a Tesla or some type of electric vehicle? We're all gonna be stuck somewhere. If you're gonna be stuck at home, or you're gonna be stuck somewhere else. I know. Um, I was watching Southern Prepper the other day, and he was talking about that he bought an electric car, and that he put in a solar charging station at his house. So that works for him. But what if you still have a solar charging station, but it doesn't work in cold weather? What if it damages your car? What if the cold weather damages your battery or your car or your charger? So at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about that. If you had just got a gas powered car, just get in that thing and go. And there are some preventative things that you can do. At least if your car won't start when it's cold, you can just wait till it thaws out. You can get somebody to jump you off and keep pushing. You can buy a um, a, a battery starter so that you can jump your car off if you need to and keep it in your car. Now they make those things so small you can put them in your purse. But with these electric vehicles, this is a whole other thing. And then what happens if the car is damaged? Then you got to spend thousands of dollars repairing that thing when it's not even necessary. So you see what I'm saying? It's like our sick care system. It's like now they can really create a car system like the healthcare system. Keep you sick so you keep coming back, and they can keep fixing you. But they don't really fix you, but they make you think they're fixing you. They're gonna make you think you're fixing the environment, but you really ain't gonna be doing nothing. You're really just gonna be putting yourself into debt and getting yourself in all kinds of trouble and stuck. You're gonna be scammed. Come on, y'all, and get us, because I swear, this just don't even make no sense. Anywho, I just want to share these stories with you, especially since the movie Leave the World Behind was talking about how these cars are going to be piled up. And then they did the recall for the autopilot. But, nobody's addressing this piece. People like literally could freeze to death because you think you're going to charge your car and then you get there and you can't leave. Like, it's insane. So be careful out there, y'all. Scams everywhere. Everybody's scamming. Everybody. Y'all know who everybody is. Everybody. All right, this is Marta K, and I'm out.